Good morning. This is a special coverage of the coronavirus crisis using the combined forces of News 5 and Signal TV's 1 News, Radio 5 and 1PH. Groups score President Duterte over his supposed poor response to the COVID-19 pandemic. In a statement, the College Editors Guild of the Philippines slammed the government's, quote, incompetence in giving medical solutions to the health crisis. The group also condemned the president's shoot-to-kill order to the police and the military. Meanwhile, the Kabataan Party List calls on the government to immediately provide food and cash assistance to families affected by the enhanced community quarantine. In a surprise message Wednesday night, the chief executive warned groups that are supposedly disrupting the government's quarantine efforts. His statement comes after members of the left-leaning urban poor group Kadamay allegedly instigated a protest over food distribution in Quezon City. The government has yet to iron out kinks in the lifting of the Luzon-wide enhanced community quarantine. That's according to Socio-Economic Planning Secretary Ernesto Pernia. In an interview with 1 News' The Chiefs, the country's top economist says concerned agencies are still in talks about the metrics for the lifting of the ECQ. The 30-day quarantine is due to end on April 12. Pernia says the metrics include the number of cases per barangay as well as improvements in testing speed. He adds that lockdowns in areas outside Metro Manila will likely be lifted in the coming days.
I think at least there will be some changes. It's not going to be this kind of lockdown that we are in. There will be some lifting of lockdowns in certain areas, especially outside Metro Manila. The finality of the metric in terms of metrics or criteria for lifting or just extending the quarantine will be finalized by next week.
The World Health Organization warns government officials on the adverse effect of shutting down population movement to counter the spread of COVID-19. The WHO admits that enforcing people to stay at home helps limit the spread of the virus. But the organization notes that this can have unintended consequences for the poorest and most vulnerable people. The WHO also calls on officials to put in place social welfare measures. This is to ensure that vulnerable people have food and other essentials during the crisis. Samantala, patay sa pamamaril ang isang lalaking barangay volunteer sa Bagong Silangan, Quezon City kagabi. Dead on the spot ang biktima matapos malapitang barilin ng 4 na gunman sa checkpoint. Ayon sa ina ng biktima, volunteer sa pagbabantay ng mga lumalabag sa curfew ang kanyang anak. Hindi naman nakilala ang mga sospek dahil sa suot nilang bonnet. Sa ngayon ay blanco pa ang mga otoridad sa posibleng motibo sa pamamaril. Good news naman tayo, ikinatuwa ng 2 health workers sa isang ospital sa Ortigas ang ipinadalang donasyong sapatos ng ilang netizens. Nagpasalamat ang frontliner na si Maria Venus at kanyang mga kasamahan sa The Medical City para sa natanggap nilang brand new shoes. Naunang nag-viral ang Facebook post ni Venus kung saan ibinahagi niyang napudpud na ang gamit nilang sapatos sa gitna ng laban sa COVID-19. And that's the latest on the enhanced and expanded community quarantine in Luzon. For more updates, follow News 5, the Philippine Star and Business World Online. I'm Jess De Los Santos. We are 1 News.